welcome to Grip Block on the Disc Golf Weekly Podcast. I'm Hunter, joined as always by Trevor and Konner, and today we're here previewing the Discraft Great Lakes Open, also known as DGLO.
Let's start out this podcast by saying if Discraft ever lost this event, which letter would sound the best in the replace of D for DGLO?
A-glow.
A-glow?
But would it just be Aglo?
Ooh, that's
I'm okay
the thing.
with
You
that.
almost have to make it like
I think I'm okay with
unpronounceable.
Aglo,
Aglo. I kind of like Aglo.
I'm going
B-glow.
G.
I'm going O.
G-glow.
O-glow?
O-glow.
G-glow, and it's going to be sponsored by Double G Jerky.
G-glow.
G-glow.
Wait.
G-glow.
Glow. Yeah, it's just glow.
No, but you'd say G-glow.
Double
If he can
G-glow?
say A-glow, I can say
you can
G-glow.
call it, you can call it double G-glow.
That's what I'm
Double
saying. It'd be
G?
sponsored by
Oh.
Double G.
No, it'd just be double G-low.
But it's like, it'd be
C-glow green.
So
it'd be
G-glow.
girthy Great Lake Open.
G-
what about
G-glow.
C-glow? And it's sponsored by C-glow green. C-glow.
C-glow green. He just hit the C-glow green, and then they start playing.
Oh my gosh! You named a hole. You named it the Sea Glow Green. It's like an island hole.
Yeah, and then as soon
That's-
as it hits, they start playing. I remember when. I remember. That's Gnarls Barkley, but it's the same person.
Yeah. It
I
plays.
never know what to do with that. All right.
Anyway, so the
Enough of
course
that.
that they're going to be playing this week for the C-Glow Green is the Toboggan. Pretty much the same course. They, according to Brody, if you are watching coverage and the hole looks the same, it is the same. And the changes are they just added new holes.
You know what's funny?
So they like replaced some of the old holes with newer holes.
Because like Toboggan, correct me if I'm wrong, it's at a ski resort, right?
Yes.
So if
Makes
you had
sense.
enough money and you wanted to watch the disc golf world burn, you could probably buy like half the courses on tour, their properties, and then just not let them play disc golf there and just be like, all right, disc golf pro tour, your move.
Well, name them.
Preserve. You could buy the Preserve. You could buy DGLO. You could buy Maple Hill. There's already three pretty big ones.
Las Vegas, you could buy Wild Horse.
You could buy Wild Horse.
OTB Open, you could buy that
OTB
golf
Open.
course.
You could buy probably half of them. I mean, that's just I'm just,
GMC, you could buy that resort.
you can buy probably more than half of them. You can buy a lot of them.
Winthrop.
You can buy the school. I'm just saying public parks are off limits, obviously, because you're going to buy them from the
DDO,
city.
you could buy Emporia Country Club. They would probably still be able to have it
You
at Jones.
could
But,
you could make the disc golf world burn if you just
well,
wanted-
you could also just run for mayor of all these different cities.
Dude, just force their hand. Be like, what are you going to do?
Fascinating idea there, Trevor. Really, we're off to a great start with this preview.
This is a great podcast.
It's going to be playing, the course is going to be playing 600
Think
feet
about it.
longer and one stroke harder out there than last year's course. And there's a few par threes at, near, or over 500 feet, but all seem to be pretty drastically downhill. The only ones that like didn't have a downhill, like they have the elevation change on the tee signs.
Yeah.
One of them is like in the woods, but it doesn't have it. I'm assuming that's just because like they couldn't shoot it. Like surely, because FPO's playing that one too. It's like 480 par 3. Surely that's downhill.
I like that. Yeah, that hole. I'd be interested to see what that actually looks like. Because the old hole 5, I was watching them this morning. It was literally just a hole where like Paul was just chucking a disc up over the top to land in the woods randomly. Like apparently the hole was trash. He said he didn't even know what to do with it.
That's the old hole 5?
Yeah.
I mean, it could still be the same hole and it just looks more wooded on the...
Well, it starts in the open, the old one.
This one looks like it starts in the woods.
Yeah.
And is there OB right behind the basket?
I couldn't tell.
Okay.
It was.
It'll be
way
interesting.
different.
It could
Yeah,
just
was
be
way different.
it could just be a really bad T sign that makes us think it's a
well-
different hole, but
Yeah, and I was gonna say I like that some of the T signs or a lot of them are putting the elevation profiles on there. I think that like that kind of stuff is gonna be really cool to see, like more advanced caddy books. You know, especially when not everybody has caddies right
Yeah.
now. So that's super helpful. I don't know. The toboggan course though is very interesting. Obviously, there's so much elevation. So I think if wind comes into play, that's really like if the wind is down in past, it's very scoreable. You know, you can shoot 18 under if you're.
but it's
good
still
enough.
very challenging.
No,
obviously.
yes, just very scoreable
Yes.
because you have reachable par 5s and stuff like that. And there's not a ton of OB on the course. There's not much at all actually. But if the wind is up, the course can turn pretty evil.
Yeah, there's enough scoring separation on every hole that like you can go out like the top of the field can go out there and birdie every hole,
Oh, yeah.
possibly eagle some, but they could also there's a chance at bogey on a lot of holes.
Yeah, I mean,
To where it should be a pretty good competitive course. It's also going to be the beginning of Chris Dickerson being back.
again,
Thank goodness.
This should be it,
How many?
I believe. I'll pull his PDGA
no, yeah,
thing
well,
up, but I think this is
decided-
it.
Yeah, I think we had just.
I think from here on
decided
out,
that.
Chris Dickerson's back, baby. Upcoming events, we have DGLO, Ledgestone, Des Moines, Worlds, and then he's registered for Lake Marshall. So yeah, he's back.
Chris Dickerson's back.
Number 1 player in the world, according to our power rankings, is back.
I think that, I mean, it's one of those things with Dickerson now. I don't even think it can't even be really a storyline anymore. That guy could miss half the year and come back, and I wouldn't. And then Eagle did kind of a similar thing. It's like disc golfers.
Oh, but Eagle's injured.
They don't get rusty. No, I'm just saying, like, as far as like worrying about if they're going to be rusty.
Oh, I was never worried about him being rusty. I just want to see him against the field. Because, like, he's so good that, like, every time he's not there, it just makes me be like...
No, I agree. I'm just saying it's, like, almost become a non-storyline, the rust factor. But no, I agree. The only reason I'm not... When he's missing events, I'm not like, oh, he's getting rusty. I'm like, darn, I want to watch the best players.
Yeah.
He likes to toy with our heartstrings.
This is also the first year that this will be, like, a home event for Chris Dickerson. Because, obviously, there's Discraft and Ledgestone, which Discraft and Ledgestone both run by Nate Heinold, but very Discraft-heavy events, back-to-back Pro Tours. So back-to-back, like, Discraft,
it's like the
home
Discraft
field
swing.
Advantage. Yeah, welcome to the Discraft swing of the tour.
The Discraft swing of the tour.
But, so, this will be the first year for Chris Dickerson. He's going out there and, like...
Listen.
It's weird to say, like, home court advantage, but I feel like whenever, like, your sponsor is the, like, presence there...
Yeah, no, there's morale boost. Listen, because if you're flying into Michigan... You're going to go to the factory. They're going to schmooze you, give you some new discs, some new merch. They're going to talk business with you. You're going to be in a good mood. You're going to the course, and, like, the Discraft employees are there. Like, you know them. There's definitely, like...
That's what I'm saying. It just, like, feels more like home.
Yeah, if you were me, like, that's morale boost right there. It's like...
Same for when, like, Ricky and them go back to DDO.
Exactly. You're looking forward to the event even more. You're having a great time. You're there with your team. Like, that's definitely morale. There's some home advantage.
Which I think this is obviously a big one for Paul. He's very comfortable with the course. And, again, we just talked about Discraft event. This is going to be a great chance to see if the European Open had any negative... or positive effect on him.
Yeah, I think more so positive because, like, if he plays bad, it's tough to say, ooh, it was the negative effect of the European Open because he was already not playing great before then. I think it's more so if he plays well again, it'll be like, I think that was some momentum for him.
Yeah, well, there was he was doing a live, Simon was doing a live stream on his Instagram and was, like, asking Paul questions. And I forget what question prompted this answer from Paul, but Paul had said in this live stream, he was like, yeah, like, you know, before Europe, I was like wasn't excited to play disc golf. Like once it was like getting closer and closer, and it hit me that the European Open was actually going to happen. It got me excited again. He's like, once I got over there, like it gave me a new fire, like to be excited to play disc golf again. And so
we like to hear.
Yeah, so we'll see what that means rolling into DGLO. Obviously, he's going to be one of the favorites because we're still in recent memory of him shooting 18 down, the greatest round of all time, bar none out there.
This is the 4-year anniversary.
4-year, wow.
It's 2018, yeah. I watched it
4 years ago?
It was 2018. He was
that
throwing,
is crazy.
He was throwing T-bird threes all over.
I know. I knew it was when he was with Innova.
And you know, it's so funny watching him throw multiple flex forehands with just like touchy T-bird threes instead of throwing like a zone.
Yeah.
It was very weird to watch him throw those lines again. But yeah, that was
That feels like yesterday.
It does feel like yesterday, and it was not yesterday.
Was someone who, I think it was UDisc, did the statistics, and you were more likely to be struck by lightning twice, I think, than for someone to shoot 18 down out there.
Pretty crazy.
Like statistics of how hard the holes were playing.
And he was like one like little skip off the edge of the basket away from having another eagle and being 19 under.
Yeah. Yeah, because he skipped like almost into the basket. Yeah.
He had made an eagle in the very next hole. He skipped one like almost right over the lip. Yeah. Pretty insane. I mean, when somebody has history like that with the course, even if they're changing it a bit, like you can never write them off.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like you step up there.
This is probably best scenario coming off of a tough loss where you played well. This is probably one of the better case scenarios to where like it's another course where you can get it right back.
Yeah. The flip side of that coin, though, is it's a very quick turnaround for the pros that were in Europe.
Yeah.
Do you think the players that didn't go, such as Chris Dickerson, Gannon Burr, Kyle Klein, a lot of those players who have played decently well here in the past, are they coming into this with an advantage over the players that were just in Europe?
Well, it's kind of player by player because like there's some players that have so much experience at the toboggan course versus others that maybe.
But I mean, there's some pretty drastic changes out there this year.
No, yeah, I think for the new holes, I mean, it's always like that. You know, okay, the guys in Europe are warmed up; they're closer to very competitive, high-level play versus the guys who aren't. But then those guys have had more time to practice the other course. So, like, I think it's give and take. So I don't think there's a significant advantage or disadvantage in either.
I think the biggest thing is Europe. You left Sunday. You probably got into the States early Monday or whatever. and then jet lag. You have to
Yeah,
deal with
the
jet lag for
fatigue.
Monday to possibly part of Tuesday. I mean, a normal human, you deal with jet lag for several days. Someone who like you have to get back and hit the ground running. I think you give your like Monday, you got to give yourself like a day to recover, but that's a day of practice you're missing. So realistically, you're not getting really good quality practice until Tuesday afternoon to start a Wednesday, and the tournament starts on Friday.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest disadvantage in my head is like, because also I don't think Chris Dickerson played last weekend, but like Kyle Klein, I was just looking at what he did, and like there was some events
played an
that
A-tier.
they were just A-tiers, so they weren't like anything worth covering per se. But like there was some high level disc golf being played.
No, yeah, they're not out of tune.
Yeah, 'cause, like,
it's just
Kyle-
mostly the difference between playing in front of a crowd, cameras, that kind
Yeah.
of atmosphere.
Yeah, because like
that's
this
different.
A-tier, I mean, Aaron Gossage won it. Andrew Marweed came in second. Kyle Klein third. Chris Clemens tied for third. Chandler Fry fifth. Like
Where was that?
Andrew
That was in
Presnell was
Michigan?
there. Philip Bartholomew was there. Like there's a lot of good names out there. It was in Michigan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of very solid names out there. And so like it's not like they were getting rusty just
No.
sitting around for a week.
No, yeah. I think it's so player by player because, yeah, I mean, shortened practice is going to hurt a guy who hasn't seen the toboggan a ton. But the thing is, like, for instance, some of the players, like, I've seen a lot of toboggan, not only with their pro experience, but then their junior experience if they played, USAMs?
USAM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
USAMs there.
I don't think it's there anymore, but it has been there previously.
It was there previously. But, the toboggan course... Now, I will say, you said there's 5 holes that have changed.
4 or 5, I believe.
Like, that is a pretty good mix-up. So, I think it's just going to depend on if those new holes are relatively straightforward or if they're a big change-up. Because, I mean, that course had a very similar feel for a long time. And I think that they're probably still, even the new holes are probably still going to capture the essence of what that course is. And honestly, there's quite a few shots. There is some shots in Europe that are similar to ones on the toboggan course, some elevation shots and things like that. So I don't know. Disc golfers at that level, I don't know. You see them be robotic so many times with like the lack of practice that they need. I mean, James Conrad went to the PCS Open, played the course blind, and shot, I think, one off hot in the first round.
Something like that, yeah.
So like they're robots. They're not going to be hit that hard. Now, jet lag is one thing, like if they're feeling fatigued.
That's more what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm not thinking of
but,
like lack of practice.
Yeah, like it's just
I'm
like,
just thinking of fatigue, fatigue and practice rounds. So by the time the tournament gets here, they should be bounced back.
And
It's just lack of.
they're good enough too. They'll see the guy in front of them throw the line, and then they're going to hit the same
like,
line.
oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Now with FPO, you do have to think it's a pretty long course.
Yes.
To me, when I'm seeing a long course, some OB mixed in, I'm immediately
There's
thinking.
not a lot of OB mixed in.
But there is some OB.
Just a little.
But it's like it's OB that's going to come and play if you're having to throw as far as you possibly can on the hole.
Right.
To where like you're losing control because of how far you have to throw.
Yeah.
So that's where I think a player like Paige and Kat and Haley King even, Valerie Mandujano, like players with some distance on them
Well, I think
are the ones that have the biggest advantage.
Haven't we said previously that Paige plays worse whenever there's OB?
worse
with OB, but there's not. That's what I'm saying. There's not
a ton.
There is OB
Yeah.
to be worried about, but again,
Paige-
it's out of your way enough that
Gotcha.
if you're able to throw like a mid or even like with more control on that type of line, you don't have to worry
Paige
about it.
should
But
be
you
able
do
to-
have to
I
worry if you're like
understand.
trying to like get
Yeah.
max
okay.
distance.
You're saying I understand.
So like if
she
I'm
should be able to
yeah.
dominate this course.
Yeah.
It should be a
because
course
she
where
won't have
can
to throw as hard.
Yes.
she should be able to throw drives all over the course and keep it in play without too much trouble. I would say like
I think it's gonna be a Paige and Cat show, personally.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think because I think Val will keep it in play, but like her keep it in play golf with her having less distance is going to be highly effective at courses where OB is tight, but where it's not, she'll be fine. She's not going to get torn up, but she's not going to be reaching as many of the par 4s and par 5s in regulation because of her lack of distance. So I think that's where, yeah, Paige and Kat on a course like this, I think it's just a distance separator, and Evelyn is not there, correct?
Nah, I do not believe. I'll pull that back up.
She probably stayed in Europe, I guess, for a little bit, but because I would have thought that this could have been a good course for her.
Yeah, I do not think she's there, but I agree. She would be one of the bigger contenders out there if she was there. Yeah, the highest rated players in the field are Paige, Kat, Val, Haley.
Haley is going to be interesting to watch because, I mean, she obviously got hurt at Idlewild, but before that she won a major, so she has momentum. As long as she's 100%, then she'll be somebody to look out for.
Missy Gannon's done well here before,
yeah,
but I think it's she's
just kind of been quiet.
Just
this
doesn't.
year.
Well, she also just doesn't quite have the distance.
Right, yeah.
Is the big thing. I do want to go ahead and look at some UDisc standings, not UDisc, Disc Golf Pro Tour standings. I'm looking at them on UDisc. Because we're a decent chunk of the way into the year now, and heading into this event, I think that we're now some drops are starting to be factored in, and so points are starting to really shape up here. I'll read you the top 5, and then I'm going to go down to the bubble on MPO, and then I'll do the same on FPO. The bubble, that is, to make it into the championship, because that's the big storyline there. Top 5 right now, we have Ricky in the lead with 744 points, Calvin Heimberg in second with 737 points, Paul McBeth in third with 683 points, Gannon Burr in fourth with 639 points, and then Chris Dickerson in fifth with 559 points. And that's very impressive from Chris because, I'm looking at this stretch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 events that he just was not there. And then obviously Sula and European Open, boom, 2 more he was not there. So the fact that he's in the top 5 just shows how freaking good he's playing this year.
He does not play bad when he shows up.
But he only tournament he's missing over the next big stretch that everyone's registered for is the Mid-America Open, and a lot of players aren't playing that.
He'll finish in that top 5 very easily.
Oops, I just went back. Page back.
I'm honestly surprised Gannon isn't a little bit higher.
Well, Gannon, so it's an interesting thing, trying to factor in drops and not factor in drops, because Gannon's played enough to have drops start to happen.
But they're not being factored in.
Whereas, Paul, for instance, has missed enough tournaments because he hasn't played all the Silver Series and stuff that, he doesn't have drops yet.
Okay.
So, Paul's 51st place only got him 1 point, is still in there, whereas Gannon, 25th, 24th, have both been dropped. So it's weird, because that should really help Paul gain on Calvin and Rick above him, because that 51st is going to drop at some point, and he's only going to be dropping 1, whereas they'll drop something that's
It takes towards the end of the year.
Calvin Heimberg has something that earned him half a point, so he'll probably drop that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so on the bubble, though, so this year you have to be 30th and above guarantees you. 31st through 36th plays a play-in event.
Yeah.
So it's no longer just a hard cap at 32. There's a play-in event. So in that qualified for play-in, one notable thing is we have Eagle sitting at 30th. He's not playing again until Worlds, and then he's not registered for anything after that. He should place good enough at Worlds that it bumps him up because he is currently inside the cut line with 3 events on his thing.
Is the play-in going to be a card of 6?
I don't know how the play-in's going to fully work. I have to see if there's standings up here. Explanation. There's an explanation online somewhere, because the remaining 2 spots are determine the results of a play-in event. Full details are here.
I'm guessing it'll be stroke play, hot 2 rounds, something like that.
Play in 2 final spots to be determined to play-in event. Held Wednesday prior to the start. 31st and 32nd season MPO side and 15th and 16th seed will automatically gain entry into the play-in event. Be joined by 4 additional players. These 4 play-in spots are reserved for any players who won. So I guess UDisc is kind of keeping this wrong, because it's saying 31st and 32nd are guaranteed in, and it says the 4 others are reserved for anyone who won a Pro Tour event or a major but didn't qualify. Oh, but that's not going to exist. So it's down to the next 4.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything about the player-in event, what that exactly is going to entail.
Okay.
Anyway, so the players on the bubble right now, we have Chandler Kramer in 31st, Chandler Fry in 32nd, Brody Smith in 33rd, Lori Lettinen in 34th, Nicholas Antilla in 35th, and Vino.
We learned it's Makala and Antilla.
Yeah, Vino Makala in 36th.
Correct pronunciation.
And then right on the bubble are Konner O'Reilly in 37th, only 2 points out. Casey White in 38th, 12 points out. Austin Hannum in 39th, 16 points out. And Anthony Barella in 40th, 23 points out.
The bubble's tough.
That's the bubble.
Yeah, basically all you need is a top 15 finish, and you can.
Yeah,
really
you
jump.
do something good there. I think that Anthony Barella has to be one of the favorites to make it in because he's missed a big chunk there and a big chunk there, and he's registered for the next several events.
If he can give a few good finishes.
So I think he's really going to get in because really, Nicholas and Vino, they both are missing DGLO Mid-America Ledgestone, and they're going to come over for.
It's gonna be tough for them to get back in.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. They're definitely gonna get bumped off the bubble, and it's gonna be an uphill battle to get back in.
Yeah.
Brody's registered for everything coming up, and he's 7 points clear of the bubble, chasing down guys like Chandler Fry and Chandler Kramer. I think I like Brody's chances there. So we'll have to see. It'll be an interesting one. On FPO side, top 5 FPO standings right now. Paige Pierce at 925. Holy cow, their points are so much higher, right? Yeah. Paige Pierce at 925. Katrina Allen at 915. Valerie Mandahano at 789. Missy Gannon at 709. And Owen Scoggins at 686. That's the top 5. And then on the bubble, currently we have Kona Panis, Evelina Salonen, Rebecca Cox, Jessica Weiss, Lisa Fakis, and Jennifer Allen are all currently qualified.
Imagine the redemption arc when Kona just sneaks in there and wins the Tour
it.
Championship.
That'd be something. On the bubble, so the next players in, we have Holland Handley, who is 8 points out. Madison Walker, who is 12 points out. Deanne Carey is 35 points out. And then Henna Blomroos is 46. No,
math.
36. I don't know. My math might be off there.
You had it there.
I think I was pretty close. No, Deanne Carey's 35. I said that right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there you have it. 46 is Henna Blomroos. That's kind of the bubble there. So some players to be watching, even if they're not at the top, or if they're able to sneak their way up in there, could be very interesting.
We are inching towards the playoffs, which I am so...
GMC starts the playoffs. So realistically, we have three Pro Tour events and one major left.
Yeah. I'm so thrilled this year that they're doing that.
There's a Silver Series event that happens after Worlds. I thought Worlds was the end of the series, like end of the season.
Guess there's just one last Silver Series. Is it the Canadian one? Is it to get
BC DGC?
British Columbia?
Maybe.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I hate that.
Because I remember last year Canada was the last chance to get into the USDGC. So
that's fine, but why? The season, they said the season ends at Worlds. The season should end at Worlds.
Haters.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Because then, you can just I got to get up to Canada and sneak into the
That's how Eric
playoff.
got in last year. It's real sneaky. Shout out Eric.
How much? Look at this. What did I say it was? BC
DGC. I'm guessing that's the Canadian.
Butler County Disc Golf Classic.
Oh, but
it's in Pittsburgh.
It is a USDGC qualifier, though. I remember seeing that on the website. It's the last chance to get in USDGC, and it's in Pittsburgh. And it's
why are we doing that after Worlds? Let Worlds be the end of the season.
The bigger question is why was why was
the answer.
DDO not in that one?
Because Dynamic Disc Open and Innova owns USDGC. But it's pretty straightforward.
There are Discraft owned events that are USDGC qualified.
Like what?
Qualifiers. We looked it up last time. It was either Ledgestone or
Ledgestone isn't Discraft owned.
Or DGLO. But it's called Discraft's Ledgestone Open.
Discraft presents it. Dynamic owns DDO.
Well, it's stupid. It's dumb.
I agree. It's stupid. I'm just saying you don't have to actually ask why. We know why.
I respect Innova hoarding their event when it's good business, but what's the point? Make it a qualifier.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The PDJ needs to own USDGC.
I'm so annoying.
All right, let's get into some keys to victory here for this tournament and then wrap it up. First and foremost, this is the biggest key to victory. It's a thrower's course. You got to be paying attention to strokes gained, tee to green out there, and fairway hits. Those are the two biggest stats. Yeah. It seemed like putting didn't really have any correlation to finishing place. It's all about throwing.
If you hit the fairway at the toboggan course, you're gold. The greens are not that evil.
Yeah.
They're really not. And there's a lot of grass on that course too, to where your disc will stick pretty well. So yeah, if you hit fairways and position yourself well, you're set.
Yeah, and the second thing I have is keep it in the ropes. Like we said, there's not that much OB out there, but when you were looking at just the stats from last year, there were some players that were beating some of the players ahead of them in a lot of stat areas, and they would have 1 or 2 OBs. And you look at it, and it's they lost by 1 or 2 strokes to them. Or they might have been tied with someone, and they were throwing better than them all weekend, but they had 1 or 2 OBs. The OBs, they're definitely capable, especially they've added some to some of the holes. So you definitely can go OB. But if you want to win out there, I would imagine the winner's not going to go OB.
Probably not.
And so I think that's got to be put in the key to victory for both MPO and FPO. Is just you got to avoid OB. It shouldn't be super hard to do, but you got to do it.
Got to do it.
Let's get into some predictions. Heading into this weekend, points, I am currently in the lead at 100 points. Konner's in second at 68, and Trevor's in third at 53.
Go, dude.
Who wants to lead off the predictions?
I'll start.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Such authority.
Yeah. MPO predictions. I'm going Mr. Gannon Burr in third.
Nice. I should write these down.
Captain consistent. I'm going with Paul McBeth in second, which is more so. I don't necessarily believe he's going to come in second place, but more so he's going to be in the top 3. But I don't think he's going to win. And I think he's going to come in second place. I eat my words. Chris Dickerson winning because
Nice.
Why not? Why not Chris?
Why not
Best
Chris?
player out
Konner,
there.
who you got?
I've got in third place. I've got Richard Wysocki. I think that once he did not do that great at the European
Did
Open,
not.
but he doesn't usually stay there very long. So I think he's coming back a little bit.
Wait a second. Is David Wiggins playing DGLO?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Is that
I
your
don't
dark
know.
horse
That's not.
pick?
I told you my dark horse pick.
You should.
I'll look him up for you.
If he's in there, because he won.
He is.
Oh.
I'm not going to switch my pick, but
I'm going to switch my pick. if
you can
Hunter's
switch
not.
it to it, Connor, if you want to, because he does have a good history at the.
Oh, for
toboggan
DGLO
course.
or for dark horse?
Yeah, that would be.
I thought you were saying for top 3, and I was like, please switch your pick, Konner.
No, but for dark
He's a
horse,
great dark horse pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is an actual by definition dark horse pick.
Yeah. So I got Ricky in third. I got Chris Dickerson in second, and then I've got the man Paul McBeth in first place. I think that he got the stamina he needed to from the European Open to carry him through here. And I think there's 2 options with Paul: either the pressure of shooting the best score of all time. Either puts pressure on him and it makes him win, or it makes him lose.
I don't think he feels a single ounce of pressure from something he did in 2018.
All right. I'm
Damn.
sorry.
I'm
Wait, you said
going.
that
Well,
hurt
maybe
my
he does though,
feelings.
because I
I'm
don't
sorry.
think he's won it since 2018, or did he win in 2019?
I think he'll feel pressure from how he played last weekend at the European Open.
Lost last
Yeah,
year.
that makes sense.
I think that puts a lot of pressure on him. Of like, I performed well,
And I
gotta do it
don't really
again.
think Pressure Putt Paul's there this year, but I wanted to give it to him anyway.
I picked Paul in third just because I need him in my top 3, because I think that, again, at a course like this and an event like this backed by Discraft, it'd be kind of dumb not to have him in my top 3.
Yeah.
So I put him there. I put Gannon Burr in second. He's had some decent history with this event, and
That's a
he
good
obviously
pick.
is a baller this year. And Chris Dickerson, I'm keep putting him in my top 3 until I'm proven wrong. So
Yeah.
he's winning it. So what I'm predicting.
I hope he does.
So basically, what we're saying here is, if Ricky gets in the top 3, Connor's going to gain some points.
Yep, that's what we're saying. But if he doesn't, we're also saying if he doesn't get in the top 3, Connor's going to lose some points.
That is all.
Goes
You know
both-
what?
Goes
This
both
crazy
ways.
world we live in.
That's wild how points work. On FPO, I've got Katrina Allen coming in third, Haley King coming in second, Paige Pierce taking it down.
Ooh, I got Val coming in third, Haley King coming in second, and Paige in first.
I had Val in third. I just don't think she has the distance.
I just don't think she's going to make many mistakes.
I don't think so either. I just am worried about distance out there.
Yeah.
I
that
have
makes sense.
Katrina in third, Val in second, and Paige first.
Paige, Val, Kat. So basically,
I felt like Haley King made sense on this course, you know.
yeah, that's why I picked her.
She's only just. She's
You didn't
just,
pick her, right?
We both said for her for second.
Yeah.
Did you not write that down?
I wrote Katrina for second.
Nope.
You didn't pick Katrina Allen at all.
Not at all.
Okay.
I went
So you went Valerie,
Paige
Haley, Paige.
This
from
could,
third to first.
Yes.
this could be a big.
And you went Kat, Val, Paige.
Yeah.
Okay, so we actually have all 3 have
This
different
could be a big
options.
week for me against Konner and FPL. If I get my top 3, it could be devastating.
That's true.
Because he
No.
has, yeah, because he has Haley and no Cat. So there's two different point slides there.
Yeah, but he has Val and you have Val.
Right, but if his top 3 is completely wrong, he will lose points for having Haley in his top 3, so that's point potential, and for not having Cat.
Yeah, but if your top 3 is right, that means Valerie's in the top 3. So he's only one spot off.
What's the best case scenario for me?
Best case scenario is you get 9 points. Konner gets 4.
That sounds good to me.
It's best case. And in that case, I would get 6.
Trevor, would you face your mic a little bit more downward towards your mouth a little bit? Thank you.
Dark horse pick. I'm going with Mr. Ben Calloway.
Oh, that's
Why?
what my choice was before David Wiggins. So I'm glad we came up with that.
It's a discraft event. He's outside the top 50. He has a lot of distance.
Does he?
That's it.
Does he have a lot of distance?
He does have a lot of distance.
Okay.
I did have him written down, but now I'm going with David Wiggins.
Big wig.
Big Wig, the boss.
I'm taking Brody this week. It's been a while.
Sam.
And
Has anyone ever won with Brody?
yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
I did? Oh,
Yeah.
The time you took him.
nice. Thanks, Brody. Any bets? Anyone want any side bets?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll bet.
What do you want?
I'll bet you 10 points that Brody beats Ben Callaway.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't say I would take any bets. I just want to see if there's any out there. Y'all could, hey, that could be
Connor's not gonna take it.
Konner.
with me.
You want to
I'm
bet him
winning.
David Wiggins over Brody?
No, I'm winning. Come on. I'm not here to take risks, dude. I'm here to win.
Well, you're not winning. You're in second.
Okay, but
So you could gain points
this
on Hunter by
competition is
taking him
between
off
you
of
and
me.
I right now.
Well, it could be against you and Hunter if you took more
Hey,
points.
if you
from
hop in, maybe I'll hop in. You dip your toe in the water, maybe I'll dip my foot.
I'm just saying, if your only chance of catching Hunter is,
I don't think I'm catching Hunter.
I would even take like a bad bet just to give you a shot at Hunter. I would think, not like
See, that's where-
unethically bad.
I feel like bets need to be approved by all parties.
I can approve it. I'll just have to hear the bet.
yeah, like I would.
No.
Bet,
Everyone approved my Austin Hannum bet,
yeah. No, I completely
and
agree.
it hit.
I don't think there's been a bet that's been unfair yet.
That's what I'm saying.
like you got Haley King in your top 3. I'd bet you 20 she doesn't come in the top 5.
I'll approve that bet if you take it.
It's so hard to take.
20? Konner, that could put you at 88. That
But-
could also put Trevor down at 33.
FBO is so unpredictable.
It would basically end Trevor's career.
It is, that is so unpredictable. No, I'm not taking it.
All right.
I'm gonna be smart for once in my life.
Do I take it?
No, it doesn't extend to you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, well, I couldn't.
Well, I'm
extend
not
it.
gonna approve it
Why?
Why? He's a little stickler.
because I don't want Trevor to pass me, and I don't want you to go get even further.
That's messed up, dude. For the
It's
sake
called
of, for
a
the sake
game.
of the show, you wouldn't even let a
Yeah,
bet
for
fly,
content.
dude?
I don't.
Man.
You think people are clicking off right now because I said that?
They're gone. I'm
telling
watching the
them right
viewers.
now,
They're disappearing.
Click off the video. Do not watch the rest of the video. We're gonna see the watch time now.
It just dropped.
It ends right here.
There's no even reason to close out the show. No one's listening
No,
anymore.
everybody wants to watch. Everybody wants to watch me beat Trevor.
20 points. Haley King. top
That's
5.
unfair, Connor, because now you're not gonna let me bet with Hunter.
I think
ever.
Haley King's gonna come in top 5. I'll take 20. I'll do that.
Well, it won't matter because Connor won't let me.
I'll
bet
do
with
it
you.
with Trevor if Konner approves.
Well, here's the problem.
I'll accept that bet.
Okay.
That could bring me down to 80 points. You could catch me and pass me in
It
one
will also
weekend
make
right
Trevor
here.
pass me.
Yeah, but like then accept my like. You got to play the game, man.
I am playing the game. I'm playing the game for exactly the way the game is. You guys are expanding the game.
You're the one that took bets first.
That's true.
No, I'm not.
The Austin Hannum bet was with you.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Did I ever take Connor's points off for the Austin Hannum bet, or did I just get
What
15
are you
points?
talking about right now?
Hold up. That could be a big story.
I don't even know what bet you're talking
Y'all
about.
could be tied.
No.
Who took my Austin Hannum bet?
I'm pretty sure.
I was
pretty
not
sure we
involved
both,
in
I'm pretty
any
sure
bets.
we both. Well, yes, you were involved in this one. I think
Okay.
I think we both agreed though that we would just give you 15.
Yeah,
points.
that,
Oh,
I
so
do
I
remember
just got
saying that.
15
Yeah,
I
you
think
just
you
got
would lose
15.
15 if it didn't happen. I think that was how the bet worked. Okay, so can we do it that way then? If Haley King comes in the top 5, I either gain 20 or lose 20.
I'll agree to that. I was willing to give you 20 of my points.
So that
I was
way,
willing to go even
Connor,
farther.
that way, Connor, if I lose, Hunter doesn't even get points. I just lose points.
I think that Haley King is going to come in the top 5.
Yeah, so if she does, he goes down to 33 points. You murder him.
Why do I
It's
have
over.
to be in this situation? It's not
You don't
fair.
have to. You can just say no.
But then you guys are going to make fun of me.
I'm not going to make fun of you. I have 100 points. I was trying to be like, hey, I can get. I'll be right back in it. If I lose this, I'll go down to 80, or I could go up to 120, and then I'm farther out of reach. But now this new one.
I don't want that bet.
All right,
to
then
happen.
say
I
no.
don't- No, the answer
All
is
right,
no.
The answer's no.
Nobody's ever gonna.
Hey,
let me
Trevor,
play,
you just need to
man.
catch him. Just make some right picks and catch him.
Maybe
Do you want
next-
to change your
maybe
picks
next
at all,
week.
man?
No, dude.
All right, there you have it. That's DGLO's preview. I think we talked about DGLO for 5 minutes of this 35-minute episode. So hopefully you enjoyed it and are ready to watch coverage tomorrow when it starts on the Disc Golf Network, or you can catch it on Saturday and Sunday on post-produced, such
Are we
as
back on East Coast time now?
we're back on East Coast time.
Swag.
Joe Mez, Gatekeeper, GK Pro, they should have all that sweet, sweet coverage that you want to watch. And also, hop over on Twitter. We'll be trying to live tweet some stuff. You can also hop in our Discord, some live tournament chat if you're watching it live. Makes disc golf a lot more fun. And we'll see you on Monday when we wrap it all up.